Can y'all hear Mercy? She's pissed. She's got to get her teeth brushed. She don't like that shit. So she's highly pissed off. Yeah. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's having a good day. Anyway, I hope everybody's, like I said, I hope everybody's having a good day. Mercy's so pissed. She got to get her teeth brushed. She don't like it one bit. Yeah. So, Nunya, what's up? Matt, what's up? Haley, thank you. The shooting at the wedding, I did it. Nunya, Tara, what's up? Tam, how you doing? Brenda, Lori, Jeremiah. My day was good. So, those of you that know, yep, exactly. So, Mercy, today was Mercy's first day at school. And I'm not at school, but at daycare. You know, Allison, what's up? Chelsea, Rami, William, Ian, E-Man, Kara, Angie. So today was her first day at how you call it? At daycare. So I was worried about her. Yes, I have Instagram. So I was worried about her. I didn't know how she was going to be. Like I told you, she's never stood with anybody besides me, Rachel, Rachel's mother, and her sisters, the girls, the twins. That's all she's stood with. So we woke up this morning. We went. It was her first time ever going there, and she was absolutely cool. She was absolutely cool. She walked right in the house. I took off her coat. There was another little kid there. She started playing with the little kid. There was a cat there. She's never been around a cat, so that's probably like the first time seeing a cat. She seen the cat. She went in, played. That was it. I checked on her about 11 o'clock, and the lady said she was fine. She's like, yo, she's cool. Sent me a video of her, and she was fine. Happy Wednesday, Glenda. So she was cool. Please hit that like button, y'all. Please and thank you. So she was fine. It put us at ease, I didn't think she was going to be that cool, but to my surprise, she was. So I'll take it, right? Yeah, she was fine. Look, the lady sent me a video, and she told her, look, I'm going to send this to your dad because she talks to me. So, look. So, you see, she knew it was me, and she was cool. So that made me, that made my day. That made me happy. Rachel messaged from work. She's like, yo, how's Mercy? Have you heard anything? And she was fine. So I would have been on earlier, but as y'all could see, I'm up here. I'm not downstairs where I have the setup. So those cameras that they fucking burnt me off in the first place, I'm taking them shits back. You notice how yesterday they kept on cutting in and out? If you can see, like, the quality of this picture looks really good. I'm using one of my cameras for this. So, yeah. How are you doing back at work, Rachel? Haley asked.
Oh, good. I haven't been on the floor yet, just orientation this week. So like learning their computer system and everything.
She said good. She hasn't really been on the floor. She's just getting acclimated to the computer and, you know, their stuff there.
They switched over to a new system since I've been on.
Ooh, I seen that, boo. My daughter tripped over a sneaker, and it's my sneaker. So, yeah, what's up, Eric, Tam, Sam, Joanna, Ian, Rachel? None your biz, what's up? So, yeah, you're right there, Bambi, with the new legs. So, needless to say, I'm taking them fucking cameras back. I'm getting my $1,000 back, and I could put that money to better use. So, I had bought a thing. It's called a capture card, where I can hook up my camera and use it for a webcam, which is what I'm doing now. You can see for me the quality looks good. I like it. I just have to set it up. Annette, how you doing? I just have to do it downstairs, but I was just editing a video. So, yeah, we're going to talk about xylazine. Exactly. All right. So we're going to talk about xylazine, right? I'm going to show you. Y'all remember Duff? So there was an individual named Duffy that I interviewed. And he had, his skin was all rotten on his arms, right? So let me see if I can get you guys these files. But it was bad. You know, it was very, 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 like, bad. Like, you could damn near see down to the bone, for those of you that remember. So, yeah, you remember Duff, Jay? I might have to send them to my... Yeah, so, you know, they have multiple names for it. They have crocodile. They have, it's called ISO also. You know, there's lots of names for it, lots of different names. Unfortunately, none of it is good, you know, to say the least. So I'll show you. Let me shoot these to my phone real quick, and I'll show you guys. It's sad because you can see that shit all the way down to his. Look at this, bro. Oh, it's bad, right? Yeah. So you can see that. That's all the way down. You know, that's deep. You know, that's deep right there. That's not like surface or anything like that. That's, you know, yeah, he's killing himself, you know, and he knows it, but he can't help it. You know, that's the way addiction goes. So there's another one. So I've seen numerous times. Yeah, to him it was like, oh man, you know, it was like an inconvenience. It wasn't like you know, like an emergency the way that we would see it. So he you know, he had that. He was, you know, and that was a little while ago. So I would say probably a good like 80% of the addicts in Kensington have those type of sores on them, whether it's their legs, whether it's their knees, whether it's, you know, arms. You can smell the rotting flesh when you get around certain people. Yeah, I agree, Gonzo. He's probably numb to a certain point. I agree. So when you get around of a group of people, you can smell the rotting flesh. And we all know that, yeah, they look like war rooms. Yep. We all know that smell of like rotten meat, rotten flesh. And that's exactly what that is. So, you know, it's a shame. You know, but that's what addiction is. So what causes those sores, Chelsea? It's just stuff that's in the drugs. It's just different stuff that's in the drugs. Mainly, it's a drug called xylazine. So I'm going to play this quick little article or this news this news story, so you guys can get a little better understanding of it for anybody that doesn't know. I'll let this play, and then we'll touch back on it.
There are new warnings tonight about a drug on the streets here in Philadelphia. Community leaders say users are dealing with severe disabilities and even dying. Shawnette, it's just one more layer on this growing opioid crisis.
It is, Chris. And so Tranq is what we're talking about. I'm told it doesn't respond quickly to Narcan because it's not an opioid. Now, what we can tell you is that there is no safe drug supply, of course, but this certainly bears a warning because not everyone knows about it.
Both of my arms, actually, they were like completely open. Like you could see the bone inside.
Melanie Bettis shows me scars left behind from using Tranq.
You see what she said? That both of her
can because it's not an opioid.
What?
Now, what we can tell
She
you
said
is
both
that
of
there
her
is
arms?
no safe drug supply, of course, but this certainly bears a warning because not everyone knows about it.
Both of my arms, actually, they were like completely open. Like you could see the bone inside.
Melanie Bettis shows me scars left.
All right, so that right there is what we see the majority of people in Kensington dealing with. You can smell it. It stinks. You know, it oozes pus, all that, but it stinks. You can smell it. You know, that's the majority of people down there, what they're dealing with. It's so it starts an infection, but it's just the different stuff that they cut the drugs with now, you know. So
behind from using Tranq dope, heroin, or fentanyl laced with xylazine, an animal tranquilizer.
It would just spread throughout my body. Like I've had stuff on, my legs, hands, like places where I wouldn't normally shoot up.
She found out about it in Kensington 2 years ago.
I tried to avoid it as much as possible at first, but it definitely got.
So hold on one second. You hear what she said? She said xylazine is an animal tranquilizer. An animal tranquilizer, right? That's common. Carfentanil is also an animal tranquilizer. That's a lot of the drugs that they cut the fentanyl and the heroin with are fit for human consumption whatsoever. They know about it, but listen, when we're in our addiction, we're going to take that chance. We're going to be like, yo, let me see if maybe I'll get that one bag out of the bundle that doesn't have that shit in. That's what we're going to convince ourselves, unfortunately. But that's the way it is. No, the dealers don't care at all. Listen, when I was selling drugs, I didn't care who got what, as long as I didn't get in trouble and as long as I got my money. And that's 100% being honest with you. I didn't care about none of that. So let me run this back just so.
It's just one more layer on this growing opioid crisis.
It is, Chris. And so Tranq dope is what we're talking about. I'm told it doesn't respond quickly to Narcan because it's not an opioid. Now, what we can tell you is that there is no safe drug supply, of course, but this certainly bears a warning because not everyone knows about it.
Both of my arms, actually, they were like completely open. Like you could see the bone inside.
Melanie Bettis shows me scars left behind from using Tranq dope, heroin, or fentanyl laced with xylazine, an animal tranquilizer.
It would just spread throughout my body. Like I've had stuff on, my legs, hands, like places where I wouldn't normally shoot up.
She found out about it in Kensington 2 years ago.
I tried to avoid it as much as possible at first. But it definitely got to the point where it was just in everything.
Bettis says a doctor told her she could lose her arm. Now she's almost 9 months sober and says her body has healed from the abscesses. But she says others weren't as lucky.
The girl that I was locked up with lost one of her fingers because of it.
Bettis is now continuing recovery with the help of Savage Sisters. It's a nonprofit that has 5 sober living homes. Sarah Laurel started it 5 years ago after her own recovery from addiction.
I really just wanted to offer a safe space for women to come when they wanted to get sober, because I have been to treatment multiple times, multiple different unsafe spaces.
She says they do street outreach in Kensington.
The kits that we give out to everybody, they're just first aid to go kits.
Nurses join them to do wound care, including from Tranq dope.
Alcohol swabs, triple antibiotic, wound wraps, bandages, and things like that. It's kind of like guerrilla style. We do what we can. We help them and we let them go.
Laurel believes people in Philly who use drugs know about the Tranq dope, but she says adults and young people coming to the city to cop and roll might not know.
In the state of Pennsylvania, 7 out of 10 overdose deaths, they happen in a home. They're not happening on the streets of Kensington. It's been in the streets. I think now we're at such an extreme level that people have to take notice.
And for more information on her organization, Savage Sisters, just go to fox29.com. Chris, you can get information if you want to donate, if you want to volunteer, or get Narcan training.
All right, Shauna, thank you.
So you see that. That's what people have to look forward to now with getting high. Before, listen, I remember when I was younger and, when I was getting high, you didn't have to worry about that type of shit. The worst thing you had to worry about was getting like an abscess, stuff like that. Now, you literally see people in Kensington. It's been numerous times on the live where I've shown people using and shooting up, and they're literally shooting up inside their skin. Not like on the arm. They're shooting up inside their arm. The one guy, it was his leg. It was an early Sunday morning, and he was shooting up, and it was in his shin bone. By far, like one of the nastiest things that I've seen, to say it like that, And it just went to show how desperate he was, right? Because it couldn't feel good. So out of desperation, he was shooting up. I imagine that shit had to hurt. And he just kept on trying to like get the vein that was in there and get the vein that was in there. He couldn't. And that's probably a big reason why his leg is like it is. Yeah. And then another thing you notice is in Kensington, there is so many people that are in wheelchairs. So many people that have an arm missing, have a leg missing. You know, I bet you if you were to take like a census of how many people in Kensington that are missing limbs, it's probably going to be one of the highest ratios in the world. Definitely in the United States, I would say, because everywhere you look, there's somebody missing a limb. And it's due to the usage, you know. Yeah, listen, you know, thank God I've never had that issue, but I've seen people literally cry. I've seen that in Kensington numerous times. People crying, tears coming down their face, so frustrated because they're dope sick, they're sweating, they're shaking, they gotta, you know, shit themselves, they gotta vomit, and they have a needle, but they can't get high because their veins are so beat up. Some people will, you know, be like, yo, I've seen them beg people, please hit me in my neck, please hit me in my neck, because they can't hit a vein. And there's always, you know, you get a group of about 5-10 addicts together, and there's going to be one of them in there that is very, very good at shooting people up. No, hell no, shits and giggles. Real heroin does not exist in Kensington. No, not at all. I'd be willing to bet my life on that. I bet you could go to 50 different blocks, test the blocks, text the bags, and there's going to be no dope. I'd be willing to bet very, very, you know, I'd bet anything on that. Because so two things, fentanyl is cheaper and it's more accessible. You can get online and you can order fentanyl online from overseas. No, thank you, Anita. But it's just so I've been having to wake up a little bit earlier because Rachel going to work in the morning. Usually I get to sleep in until about 8 o'clock. I've been waking up about 5:30, 6 o'clock. So, you know, which is good because I get to go to sleep as soon as I'm done with this live. I finish editing the video. All I have to do is encode it, and then I get to go to sleep. Well, I get to lay down. I'll be up for hours trying to watch, trying to find, you know what I mean? Like trying to watch, like last night, for instance, I learned that I could use my camera as a webcam. So Kay and Jessica, I spoke to Kay and Jessica 2 weeks ago. Spoke to them. So Jessica was about to go to, well, she said she wanted to go to rehab, but she didn't end up going, unfortunately. You know, she told her sister, look, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I went and spoke to her. Spoke to her. I went and spoke to her, and she was like, yeah, I do want to go, but I got to wait. And, you know, let me just wait, you know. So there was a lot of that. Get, Titan, come on. Get these dogs, man. Anybody want some dogs? I'm about to get rid of them. So yeah, I got some new suits too. I got new Nike suits, new Balenciaga suits. Anybody wants them, I'll put them on. Zahava, I did get my cameras back. I'm about to return them though. They run off Wi-Fi, so they suck. So they suck. It's 3 cameras running off Wi-Fi. Then I got my MacBook. Then I got my iPad. You know, to run them, it's a pain in the ass. They suck. So I'm gonna be using my Stop your shit, Haley. I'm tired. I'm tired. No, I actually have a interview that I'll put out with Duffy. So y'all be able to see it. No, they sent me the cameras. They sent me the cameras. I knew what you were saying, Haley. I was like, mercy. And then I was like, merch. I was just talking about merch. Thank you, none of your business. No, I ain't getting rid of my dog's baby love. Hell no. I feel like it, but I'm not getting rid of them. They're a pain in the ass. No updates on Malo, unfortunately. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. I just wanted to touch base with y'all real quick, bring y'all that article. And your new interview tomorrow. The woman's name is Serena. Very good interview. So be on the lookout for that. I'll premiere it probably like 7:30. For those of you that are on Patreon, it'll be on first thing in the morning. So Patreon will get it first thing in the morning. And then YouTube will either get it tomorrow at 7:30 or the next day at 7:30. So I'm about to fall out, go to sleep, hop in bed. Yeah, I'm gonna check that, Haley. Absolutely, I'm gonna check that. Maybe I'll touch on that tomorrow. All right, y'all. Have a great night. Remember to be kind, loving, and patient. I thank you guys very much for spending the last 30 minutes here with me. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you was here with me. So have a great night, y'all. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.